Hello friends, good morning, good afternoon. In this session, we are going to see how to insert the data in table. In the previous session, we inserted data in multiple tables. There are 5 to 6 tables are remaining. So we will insert the data in it. And then after that, we will see database diagram. And after that, there are some select queries or there are some questions on it. So we will see it. And before of that, I have a one thing for you. If you have any doubt, so please let me know in comment section. And if you have to reach to me or connect with me, then please follow this my Instagram channel and you can connect me on Learn SQL with Sagar. So if you have any doubts or any questions or difficulties, then you can connect me and share these videos so that others will get this knowledge and uh, they will get some different things from us, correct? So yeah, सबका मंगल सबका भला. Now we are inserting data into the charge table and bill table. Why? Because we inserted data in a visit, correct? So what we can do, first of all, we will close the OPD first, means Control C, Control V, and then admission, Control X. Admission, advance, charge, bill, discharge, these are related with the admission, and these are related on the basis of OPD. So we inserted 10K records in the visit table. So right now I am inserting record into the charge and bill. Before of that, I am explaining you means what is that bill is generating, correct? So here is the OPD number, correct? And here is the date of the bill. Then patient number, name of the patient, address, correct? Receipt number and consultation doctor means who is consulting, correct? Information is available in different tables like the OPD number, patient related details, address, and these are the details related to the charge. Means charge, we can call it as a charges as well. Means there are some different services like first of all, patient visited to the hospital at that time, consultation services, correct? And consultation service, how much amount based on the particular concession percentage, and finally it is payable by the customer. And one more thing, there are some, when doctor suggested him, yeah, do the pathology test or radiology test, and based on that uh, he will do some test or whatever the procedures suggested by the doctor, and based on that bill will be generated. Means there are some charges like the total WPC count, how much rate, and total amount, and then concession. So all these entry are come into the charge table, and final amount means whatever that extracted, means there is a how much we have to pay, that come under the bill table. Means bill is the summary and charge is the we can say details, means segregation of the bill. Okay, and let's see. So what I will do, I have to insert the there are 10 100, sorry, first of all, 10K records, select star from visit. In front of one visit, we have to make the charge either consultation or a follow-up consultation, correct? So what I will do, there is a 10K records, I have to make the loop on these, and in front of that particular page visit ID, I will apply the charge, correct? So minimum visit ID to maximum visit ID, 1 to the 10K. And yeah, I will insert this statement, and means this is with the help of that I will insert the data in the table. with the help of this insert statement. So minimum visit ID means 1, then uh, visit ID, correct, and then admission ID is null because we are inserting data only for the visit right now. And service means what service we are uh, retrieving from it, means service type ID on the OPD basis level service we are selecting it. For time being you can see I am in another window. Instead of top one, I will show you exact the details of the service table and where service type ID is equal to 1. So you will get different services means from consultation means it is basis on the category ID, means on the front end application side there is a different category, means there is a different departments like the gynecology, ophthalmology, orthopedic. So based on that consultation and follow-up consultation, procedure charges, 1 day operation charges, then there is a different test. Correct. These are come into the drop down on the application side. Correct. And then finally you will get such a bill. So what is our motive right now? We have to insert the services uh, means in the charge table. So I'm picking up one by one service into it and means inserting order by new ID means one is the consultation, after that follow consultation or the test, yeah. And zero it means right now what I am inserting zero amount as a zero, but uh, actually in the applications means from the application side we are inserting the proper value. That's why we will get correctly that value in the insert statement. And because when we retrieve the service on the application side, means suppose I am inserting, yeah, they suppose here is the drop down and I am calling it as a follow-up consultation. Then follow-up consultation from the service table, it will retrieve with the rate, and just we have to make the how much quantity, 2, 1, and the rate, concession, final amount automatically calculate. Correct? Okay. And yes, so what I will do in front of 10K service, 10K visits, I am inserting the data. Correct? Right now, charges table don't have any data. If you see, select and let's say from charge, nothing data in it, correct? So I am inserting 10K records, only one records per each um, visit ID. Okay, it that insertion process is beginning. Yeah, done. So you can select star from chart, yeah, means there is a one visit ID, admission ID. Obviously we are working on a right now OPD, that's why I'm making it as a null value as admission ID. Service ID means which service we are inserting, and there is a rate and quantity. So what I will do, first of all, second means there are some second records as well, means first of all first record is mandatory, and second and third services it is dependent on the some visit or same thing I am applying here, means minimum for each visit ID, uh, 10K records. For 10K records I am inserting the inserting the record, correct. But right now what I am doing here means some of the patients bought two services, means suppose here is the one service, but some of the in the second means in the consultation, yeah, they are cured, no need to go to the second bill, but in some patient case there is a second bill will generate. So I am inserting the 1,000 services, correct, and for against some visit ID, random visit ID, means select top one visit ID from visit order by the new ID, correct. So previously there were 10K records in the charge table. Right now I am inserting as a 1K. means 1000 time this will loop execute and it will insert the data in the charge. So the total record count will be a 11k. Yeah, these are the means if you see there is a randomly visit id we got. And so in this case there is a rate and quantity amount is zero. So what I will do, from the service table we are having the particular service rate as well uh, as different misconception and all these things. So what I am doing, I am applying it from the service table. There is a rate, correct? So complete table will update and amount right now. If we see there is a select star from charge, and yeah, these rate are come from the service table. And this amount, so what we have to do, rate into the quantity is equal to amount, correct? And charge, I am uh, applying the concession as a 10%. Right now concession is the blank, but when we are inserting entry from the application side there is a no need to do that such changes because they are automatically calculated. And you have to just insert the record into the table. Yeah, this is the charge, correct? Means based on that particular how much concession and how much is the total amount. And in the final bill, means bill contains the it is the charge is nothing but the segregated records, and in the bill there is a summarized record. Means suppose that particular one visit id, against one visit id how much services are there, how much is the total, how much is the concession and amount. So you will get all the aggregated information into the bill table. So what I will do, I am first of all, here is the uh, aggregated information. Means for 10k records we inserted uh, means for 10k records we inserted first time, and for some few records 1k records we inserted second service, correct? If you have to see, then you could do there is a order by visit id as well, order by uh, visit id. So what will be the output? Yeah, means against one visit id there are two services, 300 plus 200 is equal to 500, then 50 rupees concession. So let's see. I am filtering only that uh, particular visit id, and visit id there is a one patient id, correct? So um, visit id I have to filter out, tool set. And yeah, means 500 rupees total amount, and there is a 50 rupees concession, correct? And we have to insert this information into the bill table. Yeah, that's it. And I'm inserting this data. Yeah, 10k records are inserted. Actually, no need to. I am just did for the my checking purpose. And yeah, let's say bill table. In bill table you will get 10k records. Means there is a obviously visit id, then what is the bill date and time, then there is a total amount. If I actually advance amount is basics on the OPD level as well as IPD level. Means suppose there is a 500 amount and advance you book there is a 200, then 500 minus concession is 450. 450 minus 200 is equal to whatever that amount. Means 500 minus 50, 450, 450 minus advance amount 250, then 200 will be amount you have to pay, correct? Because you already paid, and payable by the custom patient is the 450. So what I am doing, I am updating this the concession as a 10%, and So yeah, here is the actual final bill amount means total amount minus concession. So you will get the final amount means 500 minus concession as 50 and 450. If advance is available for that particular visit or if they applied, then what we have to do? 450 minus 200 is equal to 250 will be the actually we right now we are not considering the advance amount in this case because uh, it is the final amount and we are considering all in bill is generated on the basis of final amount, and advance and all these things are maintained in a separate table. There is a how much advance we used on the basis of which admission id, on the basis of which visit id, and what is the bill id of that particular, and then what is the payable by the customer. Hmm? Amount payable by the customer. Okay then. This is the and same flow for the IPD as well. Means there is a nothing change because if you know there is a bill and charge table completely, then you can easily understand the admission level as well. Means in the admission, only the difference is the admission ID is considered, and rest of the things are nothing. Okay, and so we will insert some patient admission patient. So I am admitting 5,000 records in it. Okay, from 1 to the 5,000 loop that will execute, and patient category ID, patient ID, unit ID, doctor ID. Okay, so I am executing. It will take few seconds because runtime we are calculating that value. Previously there was nothing record in the admission table, so I am inserting 5k. So if we have to check count of one, sorry, so 1600. Yes. Star is nothing but the all column, and if you have to require there is a ID column or something like single column, then you can do it and miss select column name from table name, and where miss we have to filter the rows. So there is a where condition and you have to filter the column. Then here is the uh, specify the actual column name. It having 10 columns, correct? Sorry, miss more 10, 10 or more than 10. Then IPD number, then you will get only IPD number in the result set. Yeah, it is inserting, and how much inserted? Yeah, 4,100. Let's wait. Yeah, done. So in the admission, you will get 5k records, correct? So yeah, this is the miss relative who is admitting that particular patient. What is the admission date? Who is the admitting doctor? Then there is a unit ID on miss in which unit that patient is admitted. Then what patient ID? Then patient category ID. Correct, and here is the bed id on which bed that particular patient admitted, and there is a company id means there is a star health different insurance policy, correct? So that patient having the policy or not, so company patient or not company patient, so we can segregate by or distinguish by the company id. And is mlc means there is a medical legal case happened or not, so this is the short form for that MLC, and there is a DAMA discharge. So such like that information we can also uh, abscond we can maintain. And next one is the charge. Right now as same like the OPD, we inserted the follow-up consultation as the primary service, and then rest of the services as we want, correct? And here we are inserting uh, some services which are related to the type ID 2 and 3. So let's see what are the different types in 2 and 3. Means there is a bed charges, nursing charges are compulsory, so and administration fee, So these are the bed charges, nursing charges, correct, and pathology test, radiology test. So I'm inserting that as a first record, correct, for all admissions, means 5K admissions. And how much record inserted? There is a obviously 5,000, because that loop is from minimum admit ID to the maximum ID, maximum admit ID. So let 5K, and then charge, there is a 16K, because previously there is a 11K and 5,000 I added. So if you have to filter, then what you have to do, there is admission ID is not null. Means we have to filter the records from the table. Those admissions ID not, means they are having the some value. Yeah, 5K records, correct. Because we are not inserting visit ID in this insert command, right? Means same like means service ID is used by the particular admission ID, and there is a how much rate. So we have to make the join with service table, and based on that service table, we will get the rate, concession, amount, correct? Rate and concession, not the amount, because amount is calculating with the help of number of quantity in the bill generation process. So second record per admission. So I am inserting 1K records. Same as the miss, some patients having the multiple services, means bed charges, nursing charges, plus pathology test, correct, or a blood bank related activities. So we have to apply that particular services in it. And then finally, yeah, I am updating only those records who having the admission ID, correct. If there is a right now previously pay 5K, and right now I'm inserted as a 1K record, then finally there is a 6K record. So for 6K record, I am making as a visit ID is null, or you can opposite, admission ID is not null. Both the conditions we can apply, correct. Means both will be allowed. And yeah, 6K records are updated, and I'm filtering because I have to touch only those records which are related to the admission. Yes, and whatever that particular concession is applied. And let's see in this case as well. Uh, okay. And first of all, there is a 10K records, but all the records are related to the OPD, means visit ID is something, and I have to insert the for admission ID. So what I have to do, first of all, it is the group by, correct, means I am visit ID is the null, and admission ID, got it, means 5K 500 is the bill, and 50 is applied. So it is on the basis of the admission ID, not the visit ID. So I am inserting that records. Yeah, 5,000 records are updated. And yeah, final bill amount minus total minus concession. So let's see, bill, correct. Right now I have to check for the admission ID. Means there is a something 1,000 or concession is final bill amount. Okay, then yeah, finally, discharge, means those patients are admitted. We have to discharge them, correct? And what I'm doing here, means there is a admission ID I have to insert, who is the doctor ID, and there is admission date plus, means I am calculating some numbers. Means here I will get the some 2, 3, 5, 10, means two-digit number. So based on that, that patient uh, is admitting, means admitted into the hospital. Means I am adding some dates into the admission date, and based on that, I will get the discharge date. And one is added by, one is updated by from the admission. So I am inserting that records. So means those are admitted, those are discharged as well. So this is the doctor ID and discharge date and discharge notes and file attached path. I will show you. Means in a few seconds. Means there is a how that particular admission ID and discharge date is this, and at the end of the discharge means while discharge process uh, means what precautions we have to do after the uh, discharge, and in what cares you have to do at home. So that is nothing but the discharge note, and um, it is the, we can say, word information, and we have to save that file into the database. But it is not good the practice to save that all the files into the database. So we are keeping all these file in the different server. Means there is a shared network or a shared folder. On that shared folder we have to create the admission or discharge wise folder. So I will show you within a few seconds. And there is a file attached pathways as well. Means there is a, suppose there is a some cases and IPD cases, and we required right now, as per the government regulation or rules, we have to keep all the informations digitally in the record room, and some physical files as well. But right now I'm considering only the digital file. We have to scan the complete file and in the form of PDF, and store that file into the one location or storage, and that file path is available at here. So that uh, in digital way we will get complete information from admission to the discharge of that particular patient. Means even we lost that particular physical file of that particular patient, then still we have the backup and all the things on the computer, and we have to protect that data as well, security point of view. Okay, then I will show you first of all track of one record, means how that particular OPD patient and IPD patient, correct? And then finally I will show you the application functionality and user rights. And select the random visit, means suppose there is a select start from visit and pick up any visit, let's say 42. So in that 42 visit there is a patient ID is this, correct? And in admission we have to mention the same visit ID, sorry, patient ID, and 42 I have to specify, correct? So execute it, and no need to select data from the discharge because OPD patient are on the OPD basis. So what we are getting means patient, this is the patient first name, middle name, last name, whatever gender, date of birth, and his complete information. And then visit means he visited to the hospital on 17 May 2022, and doctor is 2, and we can make the join to this table, and so we will get the unit name, doctor name, correct? And charges, it contains the charge, means which service he buy what, and there is a how much amount, how much final bill he paid. Okay then. Yeah. And next thing is the admission. So what I will do, I will randomly pick up one admission ID, let's say 68. Who is the patient? Yeah, 436 43, then admission ID is 68, we have to pass it, correct? Means right now I'm selecting all the data from the different tables. Yeah, means this patient as a first name, middle name, last name, and who is the doctor. Then there is a visiting unit ID. Then after that he is admitted, means 5th May 2021, and after that 6th May, he is admitted into the hospital. What is the OPD number? What is the IPD number? We will get all this information, and means on which bed he is admitted. Then there is a relation who is admitted, admitting point, and there is a bill, how much bill was done on the OPD basis, and how much bill was done on the IPD basis. So we will get all this information, means 600, correct? And there is a 60 rupees concession. And actually, we received all this information on the basis of the admission ID. We will get the OPD bill as well. So how that we will get? So first of all, admission ID. Instead of that, we have to make the visit ID, because on the basis of visit ID and admission ID, we will get the charges and bill. Got it? Means on OPD level 200 and on IPD level 550, 540. Means just minus the concession and all these things you have to consider. And yeah, right now I'm making it as a comment, and finally you will get complete information till the discharge, means when he discharge, means on the second of admission date, and there is a discharge date, correct? Admission means 6th 12 means 6th December, and there is a 15th December, correct? Actually, this information means right now I am randomly inserted, means based on the admission date we have to make the bill, and then based on that particular bill we have to do that activity. But actually, whatever my um, uh, outcome, or we can say, means my objective is to insert the data in n number of records and just to validate that record. Yeah, this is the my purpose. That's why I am inserted. And for means you will get complete information from the application side. So and right now what we did, we inserted all the records from the backend. That's why you will get some variance in it. Yeah, and then next thing we will do the database diagram, and then after the database diagram we will see the select query. Okay, uh, okay, and how to create the database diagram. And first of all, who will design the database, correct? As means there is a, what means I have to give the scenario, means what is the real uh, in the real projects, what are the steps are followed. Means there is a lead architect or technical architect. They are first of all they design the database based on the requirement. Database design, correct? And first of all, requirement. So BA, or we can call it as a PO as a product owner, they will gather the requirement, and based on that requirement, database will design by the lead architect, and simultaneously from solution architect will uh, do the proper UI things, and plus UI technology, plus means what they have to do, means there is a .NET technology or a Java, or means from testing perspective, what tools we have to follow, what are the different screens, correct? Means like the, this is the bill screen, means this is the bill printout, and for this bill printout we have to make a screen for the OPD, IPD, or a different n number of screens. And first of all what they are doing, means they are identifying the first of all functionality. Means uh, functionality, it means there are some modules we can say, means OPD, IP, we have to design the master, then OPD, then IPD, then billing, then pathology, correct pathology and radiology, then blood bank, correct. So, and then payroll, then administration, I can say admin. So these are the some different modules. Means they are identifying the requirement. Then there is a database designing. Then what screen we have to do. Then there is a this first of all we have to do the all the complete things, and then finally one by one screen. Means in the let's say master is the module, correct, and mm, after that there are some screens means city master, then patient master. P- means we have to identify the entity and we have to design the master, correct. So one by one screen will design, and uh, there is a prototype we can say, and we have this screen are valid by the purchase miss product owner BA, and they finalized it, and then we have to make the connection miss backend developer. uh, First of all, UI UX designer design the screen, and then backend developer means they will with the help of API they will communicate with the database API, and there are some um, queries as well, or they are calling it as a stored procedure, correct. Means with the help of means how they can communicate with the database with the help of the store procedure, insert, update, delete, this functionality they have to implement. So they will make the code based on that, and yeah, and it will communicate. Means store procedure is nothing but the SQL code, and in the database designing, and once first of all uh, table structure, correct, and then different database oops, objects like store procedure, function, view, trigger if we want, and then uh, security, database security, then that database is available as a disaster point of view, high availability and disaster recovery. I am making as a HA and DR, and so miss on which cluster we have to maintain, or we have to check the proper method for to do the administration point of view. So this responsibility will taken care by the then finally, once screen is designed, it is connected to the database, means proper screen, means there is a screen validation is done. Then we are getting the data on the UI, and we are inserting, updating, deleting, all the things are finalized. Then it will go to the testing module, and testing module will test the screen one by one, correct? And mm, once that particular testing is done, and if during this bug will found, correct, then bug will fix by backend developer backend developer, or some database developer, correct. And where database developer role is come, actually database designed by the lead architect and database developer, actually understanding the database from functionality point of view, and he will create the different objects like the database store procedure, function, view, triggers, and security is created by the database administration, or that security is designed by the lead architect, means who is the communicate with the database, means which is the application user, who is the application user, and means some application user having the read permission, and based on the minimal rights we have to um, uh, design the security, correct? And once that screen is finalized, and that will be published, or we can say deploy. And yes, means DevOps will come into that particular picture, means they will deploy mm, Terraform scripts as well, correct? And with the help of that, there is a, after QA, all these things are done. Then once DevOps is DevOps task is done, then publish the website, so it will available for to the user. This is the complete roadmap of the software development life cycle. And yeah, and user we have some in issue, or means the implications at that time, then support team is come into the picture. So what support team will do, means they will identify what is the issue, and after that analyze that issue. It is from the screen point of view, and means it is the application bug, or a code bug, or a database bug. So they will identify and pass that particular bug to the necessary team, means pass that bug to the respective team, or they will means some support team can able to fix that. And yeah, that's it. And then next one is the uh, database diagram, as I said, correct? First of all, here is the lead architect. They are designing the database, so they will understand the entity first, means like here there is a, suppose we have to do the HMS software, or a database for the hospital information management system. Then we have to gather the requirement, analyze the entities of that particular project, and then based on that we are creating some different tables, correct? So we can do the database design, means there is a, first of all, as I said, there are some initial sessions I did, means how to design that RDBMS system. First of all, there is a conceptual design, logical design, and then physical design. In physical design, we have to create all the tables and relationship with them. Means physically, we have to create with the help of create statement. Mean, and I'm going to the uh, one step back, means logical design or conceptual design, means we have to identify what are the things are coming into the picture, and based on that we have to think on it and gather the all the attributes, means column information, and finally we can design the database. So here there is a, there are two ways, means we can create the new table and form the new relation, means new table, and let's say student is the table, and student, correct, and student means what is the column name, student ID, and then there is a integer is the number, means, and there is a name, correct, name is the varchar 50, correct. So we can store the 50 characters in the name column. So in using this we can create the table as well. And one more thing, I am deleting it now, delete table from the and two things means either delete from the database or remove from the diagram. So I need to remove from the diagram. No. So what I am to first of all I am saving this diagram. I am creating the diagram, database diagram with the help of means for the different functionality. Let's say I have to implement the OPD functionality, correct? So OPD uh, diagram, and yeah, I forget to say actually there are three tables we have to create. Means there is a application functionality, user and user rights. So I will be coming on this, but first of all we will finish up uh, database diagram, correct? And then we will come back to here. And yeah, I am adding here means what tables are considered in the OPD. First of all, visit, correct? So one by one patient so one by one table we can add here. Means patient category ID, patient ID, doctor ID, visit ID. So add that table, add table, patient category, correct? Then patient ID, who is the, where is the patient? Yes. Then doctor, okay. Then unit, unit is at the add bottom one. And their relationship is formed because I created the Miss foreign key primary key relationship while uh, creating the uh, table, correct? This is the unit and this is the doctor, correct? And this is the patient. And let's see, patient category, there is a is any primary key foreign key? No, because here is the department ID. So connect that particular means add that particular table as a department. And is any department, sorry, doctor having the department and gender means either male or female, then pick that particular table as a gender. And after that, city, city, correct? Yes. So I picked up city table at here. Means city is come into the means city is the primary key, foreign key is available in the doctor and patient. That's why two links are come at here. And what I added, city, same with the gender as well and city as well. So in gender is anything? No, it is the top one. And city, there is a state ID, we have to add it, correct? So add the particular table state. And after that, state having country, correct? So add that particular table as well here, country. And after that, country having the field as a nationality ID. So add that as well. Either you can create the scripts from the SQL script, or you can create from here, means vice versa. Means create the table from the design view and create the script, that is also possible. And you can create the script first and do the design in this way to understand the database. It is also another means it is also a way. And there is a nationality ID, and here is the nationality ID is coming to the country table is coming to the city, and from city state, and state is coming to the city. Okay, means all the things are fine right now. Means here is the department. Doctor having is any link? No. City ID, gender ID, department. We considered all of them. Here is the gender ID, city ID. Yes, here is also we considered. Then the patient category ID. Yes, means this is the complete flow of the OPD. And here is the doctor ID. So doctor ID is connected, patient ID connected. Okay, then this is the entire structure of the OPD. We have to add the bill table and charge table. And again, there is a bill table I have to add. Okay, so I am picking it as a left side, and then charge contain service. So add the charge table with service ID again, uh, service table, service type, service category. So we have to consider that as well. So here is the service, and after that service category and service type ID, company ID. So service type, service category, and insurance company. Got it? And so yeah, you got here. There is a service type ID is not related to either. So actually, I have to show you. That's why I uh, miss um, I kept it as a no relationship. So how to create that? So with the help of means we have to drag from means who is the primary key table? Yes, service type ID. Who is the foreign key table? Service. Okay, click on it and just make it as a. So here you will get the relationship between service type and service. In this way, we can apply the relation in between the tables. And one more thing, here is the bill table and charge table. Charge ID contain the visit ID. Sorry, bill table contain the bill visit ID, so it is connected. Then there is admission ID. So right now I'm considered only OPD, so I am not uh, adding the admission. If admission added, then there is a OPD plus IBD model. It's showing here. And okay then. So I am saving this diagram, and miss is anyone new to understand, then this is the perfect example for them, means how to understand the diagram, and how to understand the database, which table is connected to which table, and what is the relationship in between these two tables. So we can OPD functionality, OPD model we can say, and you can arrange the table as you want. And miss unit here visit, and visit is connected to the patient category, and visit ID is goes into the charge, and charge it contains the service category, means service type, service category. So it is for the easy for the our understanding purpose. Okay, and in the next session we will see database diagram for the IPD functionality, and then some select queries on it. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like it, please share it and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much. Bye bye.